Hello, welcome back to Rosie's Francis Art. Okay, today I'm going to make a mosaic resin tray. It's somewhat like a mosaic, this will be my third attempt doing it, so I decided to go ahead and record it because I've done two. So let me first show you. The first one I did was this one. It came out really good. I love the color combination. However, with this one, I did not let my resin cure long enough. So if you notice, I have some bleeding of colors that are going through. So I'm not very happy with this one, but this was my first attempt. Also with this one, my resin was too hot, so it sort of clumped up. And if you can notice and see how some of it is clumpy, and you can see some of it bleeding through. So I was not really happy with this one, and also in the back, was very happy. However, it was my first attempt, so yeah, so that was the first one. Not too good with that one. Then I did my second one, which came out fantastic. I love this one. It's really pretty. Okay, so I will put my knobs on there. With this one here, you cannot set your knobs in and let them dry with the resin because this technique does not allow for it. So to put your handles or your knobs, you will have to drill a hole. Okay, but with this one, it came out beautiful. It's with the silver glitter. Okay, and if you see how pretty that came out. And then in the back, what I did was I painted the back with acrylic paint. But it just came out really, really, really pretty. So the technique, again, it does take a few days to do this. For me, it took about 3 days to actually do the whole process. So it does take a little time. However, it's really, really, really pretty. I really like this one a lot. So let me put this aside. Let me just set it down. Now, with this technique, it's called the toilet paper roll. Okay, so save your paper towel rolls or your toilet paper rolls. You have the big long one, you have the short one. So just save them because this is a really fun project. So what I did was first, with my toilet paper roll, okay, I flattened it down, okay. So you gotta make sure you flatten down your roll really good. Okay, and then what I did was, I measured my mold. Well, today I'm going to use a round mold for this project. And then with my ruler, I measured the depth of my inside of my mold. So this one here is about, I would say, 1/2 inch. So I do not want my pieces to be exactly the 1/2 inch. So I went with 1/3. So I did 1, 2, 3, and I marked it with my ruler. So I did 1, 2, 3, a little line, 1, 2, 3, a little line, 1, 2, 3, a little line, 1, 2, all the way down to the end of my roll. And then I turned it over to the side, and then I made my lines all the way through to give me that 1/3. Then I went ahead and I cut all my pieces, which came out looking like this. Okay, I don't know if you can see that there. And then what I did was to apply the glitter. Today I already did the process with the glitter. If you can see, this is what it would look like. I used just satin varnish medium that I use for my pours. I poured it in a paper plate with my glitter, which I have here. Okay, and then I placed them, I soaked them inside my satin finish. I went ahead and covered it up, and I set it onto my my sheet here for them to dry. They dry about 2 to 3 hours, and this is what I got. So I'm going to use the gold today. I'm going to do gold and black because I think that's a pretty combination. So then these are my little pieces. My colors today I'm going to use are going to be my pink gold, mica pearlix, and then I'm going to use peach pink. I'm only going to use 2 colors today. So I have my round mold, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I get everything out because there is some glitter pieces on there. So make sure you clean out your mold. Make sure it's nice and clean. And you can use, again, your Scotch tape or tape to clear out your mold. That looks pretty good. And so my design that I want to do is going to be, I'm going to have a center flower, and then I'm going to have my edges. I got this cute little pink stone that I'm going to place right in the middle. Okay, and then I'm going to put my pieces, okay, onto that, and then I have to let this cure for at least 6 to 10 hours. Because if you do not let it cure and it's still wet, when you're pouring your colors into your little leaves here or into your little glitter molds, it will seep through, and that's what happened to me with my first one. So, so lesson learned. So I have my resin, and the resin that I'm using today is by Better Boat Epoxy Resin. And I'm going to go ahead and mix. Now, another thing also, you do not want to fill up your whole mold with the resin, because remember, you have to fill in your little pieces, okay, with your colors, and then you have to pour in your black, and if you have it too much, then it overflows. So make sure you do not fill up your mold completely. So I measured it, so I'm going to add about 210 mLs of resin into my mold, which is not going to fill it up because I already pre-measured it. What I did was I got a cup, I put in about 210 of water, I poured it onto my mold, and that covered it up completely, perfectly enough for me to place in my glitter pieces. Okay, so again, it is a process, it is a step, but the outcome is really, really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and get my resin. So I'm going to get my hardener, and I'm going to pour it into my cup. And again, it should be, I'm going to do about, here's 100 of hardener. With a little bit more. And then I'm going to use my resin. I'm going to pour that into my cup. Came out there and dry it up, and I should have there. So that's my resin there. Let me go ahead and get my little paper towel and just wipe the bottom here out. I did get some a little bit over my cup. All right, so I have my resin. I'm going to go ahead and stir, make sure I blend it in really good. So here it is. I'm just going to stir, 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 and get it nice and clear. This is going to take a little bit of time to make sure I get it all nice and clear. Make sure it's nice. It is cold where I'm at, so my studio is cold. So I like to warm up my resin a little bit. So what I do is I get my resin or my jugs of resin and I set them in water for about 10 minutes to warm them up. And I do have a warm fan, a heater in my space as well. So I'll just gonna bend down a little bit and just sort of make sure my temperature is good. You don't want it too hot because your resin will clump and cure very quick, and that's not good. So I'm still mixing. It's starting to look clear. Have some bubbles in there, but I can torch those out or with my heat gun. And you can also spray some alcohol onto your resin to get rid of those bubbles. So I'm just mixing and mixing. I hope you all have a nice holiday break. I did. I had my children visit from college, and it was nice time spent with my family. So, all right. So here we are. Still have some bubbles in there, but it's pretty clear. I can get rid of it. So here's my resin. I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to, oops, I got some glitter on that one. Let me take it out. And we will then do, and then there. So I'm going to go, oh, I still have a little glitter there. It must be on my hand or somewhere. This one doesn't want to come off. Let me get more tape. Make sure it comes off. Okay. So I'm going to now, still doesn't want to come out. There we go, got it. All right, so I'm going to pour now my resin into my mold. And I'm pouring it in. Make sure you get everything. Oops, something stuck to me, and it's my tape. Oh. Things that happen. All right. Okay, there. Make sure I get it all. Okay, so then I'm just gonna spread it out around. Make sure I get my edges. Again, my mold is, the resin, excuse me, is not filled up. Okay, it's just enough for it to sort of coat my mold. Okay. And you spread it around to make sure you fill all the spaces. Get this side here. So you just go ahead and you make sure it's all, and just spread it out. Okay, so also make sure that your table is even. And it looks like I got everything there. So there is that. Let me wipe off my stick. because I can reuse this again. All right, so it looks pretty covered, which I like. I am going to use a little bit of a heat gun to get rid of some of those bubbles. And just to get rid of them, you don't want to, make sure you be careful you don't burn your mold. And I will spray a little bit of the alcohol. Where's my alcohol spray? Oh God, where is my alcohol spray? You know, I organized everything in my space here, and then sometimes when you organize or you get too organized, you don't find what you're looking for. But it looks like all my bubbles, I can't find it. Where is my alcohol spray? Okay, that looks good. I got no bubbles. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place my little gem in the middle. And it's gonna go right in the middle. Let me go make sure it's in the middle, and there it is. Now, when you're placing in your little leaves, you can go ahead and, you know, you can pick one up with your fingers. I like to use my tweezers, and you can sort of tap and get rid of some of the excess. I trimmed off some of the excess that was on there because I didn't want it too thick. So this one looks pretty good. If you can see that, it's got the gold on it. And what you want to do is you just want to place it in facing down, because the bottom is what is going to be the top surface of your tray. Okay, so I'm just going to place one. Get another one. I'm going to use my, place this one. Let me get this one here. Place that one. Get this one. Place there. Let me pick another one here. Place down. Oops. I got some on my hand there. Ugh. And go with this one and place it inside. So I got my flower. I don't know if you can see that. And again, you can, you know, once it's in, you can move them around a little bit more. Push them down if you have to. Okay, so then now I'm going to do my edges. So my edges are just going to go down on the edge, and I'm going to go around. And just place them, and then I will fix them with my tweezers. And I'll just go ahead and go around the edges. And go around. And go around. I'm going to flick some off. And then I'll do one more. Let me get my, so I have room. So I will go ahead and move them. Move that one a little bit more. Move that one a little bit more. Move this one. And then I'll put my last one. I will use this one and place it in. So, and then of course you push them down. Along the edge. Okay, so let me make sure this is in the middle. It sort of moved. So I'll do my flower. And there. So that's going to be my design. Okay, so now what I have to do is I need to make sure that I let this sit for a few hours for it to dry. I'm going to go ahead and do my gun again. And I'll spray it with my alcohol spray to get rid of the bubbles that I have there. So this will sit for about between 6 to 8 hours because it has to cure really well before I can add my colors into my little molds. Okay, so the colors that I'm going to use are going to be, again, the pink gold, the pink, and then of course the black. But this is what it looks like. You can have fun with it with different designs. You can make different shapes with it. You can use different molds. So that's what I have, and this is what I'm going to do. I do have a little bit of a glitter that came out of there, so you can just pick them up with your tweezers, and they're a little hard to pick up. Now the glitter that I used on this one, it's a little bit thicker. There are different sizes of glitter. There's fine, extra fine, there's thick. So this one is fine, but not extra fine. It's a little bit thicker than the one I used last time. So, and that's what I wanted to use, and see how this one works out. But so far it looks great. I love it. That's my design. And then again, what I'm going to do is, once this is cured, I will fill it with my colors, and I would pour my color into the little molds. So the colors scheme that I'm going to use for my flower is going to be the pink, gold, and then in my outer one I'm going to use this pink, and that's it. I'm only going to use 2 colors on this tray, and then we'll see how it turns out. So come back and when this cures, and we'll finish the process. Alrighty, thanks, bye. Hello, welcome back. Alrighty, so we're almost finished with this project. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like. It's been cured. This is, again, this is going to be the actual front of the platter. And if you notice, I've got the gold glitter, and then now I'm just going to go ahead and pour the black. I already mixed my colors, which is just going to be black, and I added some gold glitter into it just to give it a little. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to go ahead and pour it on top of my mold. Notice it's nice and black. It's very opaque because that's what I wanted. So let's go ahead and let's pour. What I did was I made 2 batches just to make sure that I had enough of the black. So again, the color, ooh, looks nice. It looks really good. So here's my first one, and then here's my second one that I did. So this is about, I would say maybe 350. And I'll just pour on top. Make sure I got everything there. Looks good. So it was a perfect amount of resin in my mold. If you notice, it did not go over. So that's what's really important. You want to make sure that you make amount of your resin, because if not, it will pour over. So I'm getting some bubbles out. And then what I'm going to do is this will cure for the next 24 hours. Looks very, very nice. There we go. And now I'm just going to let it cure for, again, like I said, I'm going to cure it for 24 hours, and then I will undo it and we'll see what it looks like. But perfect, I love it. And I do have some glitter flakes on there in the bottom, which gives it a nice little touch. So again, this is my Mosaic round platter with the gold pink pearl resin with my peach pink mica powder. And we'll see how it turns out, but so far it looks beautiful. I love it. So stay tuned, and I will show the finished product as soon as this cures. Alrighty, thanks, bye. All right, here I'm back. So it's been curing for about 24 hours. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like. So far it looks really shiny. The black looks great. I see some of that gold glitter that I mixed with the black, but let's go ahead and take it out. Take it out. I do have some pieces here that I might have to cut off of the resin, but it's coming off very nicely. Oh my gosh. Let's see. It's so exciting to see how it looks. Set that down. I'm in my robe today because I just woke up really early. I'm gonna have my coffee, but I couldn't hold it. So let's go ahead and let's see. Wow. Very pretty. Look at that. Wow. Let me see. Looks really nice. The only thing I think is maybe I put too much of the glitter in there, but maybe not. It looks really good. It just looks such 3D. It does. Look at that. And then, see, I have these that I have to take out. I might have to do that with the file. I'll file that down and take that off, and then paint the sides maybe, or leave it like this. What do you think? Should I paint the sides gold or just leave it just like that? Don't know yet. Maybe I will paint it gold, just give it a little bit more pop. But this is just, it's gorgeous. I love it. It's heavy. And I will put really pretty gold knobs on the sides. I haven't decided which ones I'm going to put yet, so. But I love it. So this is the process. So check out my Instagram. I'll be posting it on that as well, but this looks great. I love it. Well, thank you, and come back because we're going to be doing some more projects, some more resin. I think this time I'm going to do a pour art on a canvas. So anyways, bye.